What's going on, YouTube? This is Wayne with Wayne's Fish World today, and I am bringing you my top 10 mistakes with fish keeping. Not my top 10 mistakes, because I mean, I've probably made a few of these mistakes in my past. Hell, I've made them all because that's the only way I've learned. But these are the top 10 mistakes that you need to avoid. Period. Because these are just things that are going to ruin your life when it comes to fish keeping. Before we dive into this real quick, I want to share something. I want to make a shout out. This person doesn't even know I'm going to make a shout out to them, and he's going to be like, wait a minute, he just said my name. Lately, I've noticed people noticing me in public. I went into where I used to work, and a customer was like, Wayne, are you Wayne with Wayne's Fish World? I was like, yeah, that's me. And they were like, wow, we watch your channel all the time. And then I was in the local fish store one day, and a dude kept staring me down. And I was like, hey, if you're watching, buddy, no offense to you, but he kept staring me down, and I was like, what is this dude looking at me so weird, and why is he staring at me? And I understand why he was doing it. He was, checking me out, making sure it was me before he actually asked me if I was Wayne, and he didn't want to sound stupid. But he was like, are you Wayne? And I said, yeah, I'm Wayne. And same thing again. And then I saw another customer in the pet store asking me if I was Wayne with Wayne's Fish World. It was pretty cool. And then recently, my girlfriend, she might as well be my my wife, because I mean, I've been with her for so long. My future father-in-law, pretty much, he works at well, I'm not going to tell YouTube where he works at, because I don't want you to know my personal information, no offense. But at his work, he had a guy, and what's up, Lonnie Holloway? What's going on, man? Big shout out to you, man. He had Lonnie Holloway ask him, or say something like, man, I saw a video on YouTube where a guy looked just like you. And then my future father-in-law was like, oh yeah, that was me with the tornado video. And he's like, yeah, that was me. That was my future son-in-law's got a YouTube video, and yeah, all that good stuff. So, man, it's a small world out there. Alright, guys. Big shout out to all the subscribers, because the people are recognizing me in public. How many people recognized me in public but didn't want to say anything because they, they weren't sure, they didn't want to, some people are shy. But let's dive into this. These are somewhat in order, but some were close. But this is, it's some are in order, but it was really close for some of them, especially 1 and 2. The first one on my list is lighting in your aquarium. Do not leave your lights on for 24 hours a day. That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and it's a common mistake. I'm not ridiculing anyone, because guess what? I did it too. Guys, honestly, your water's going to get cloudy. It's going to get algae. All you have to do is go to Walmart, go to Lowe's, not Home Depot, whatever. But that was a shout out to another subscriber if you're watching. But go to Walmart. Go to the dollar store if they have them, I don't know. But go somewhere and buy a timer. They range anywhere from $5 to $20, all depending on how fancy you want to get it. If you have a fish-only tank, keep your lights on 8 hours a day. If you have plants and corals, you can somewhat get away with 10. Sometimes you can go to 12 with plants. All depends on how much stuff you got absorbing the light. But keep your lights on a max of 8 hours a day. Simple. Alright, guys, the next one on my list is overfeeding. Overfeeding ties in with close to the lighting. It's both going to cloud your water. If you overfeed, you're going to have ammonia spike. Then you're going to have a nitrite spike. And what that does is too much waste in your tank for your beneficial bacteria to consume it. It has to catch up. So you're kind of almost mini-cycling your tank all over, to speak. So, overfeeding, guys, only feed your fish eat completely within a short period of time, like a couple minutes. Don't overfeed. It's better to feed your fish small quantities several times a day than, one huge feeding that the fish can't even eat. Alright, guys, the third one on my list, washing your filter media over the sink. This is not so bad if you have a tap water, because it's not really, it'll still kill beneficial bacteria, but not as much. If you have private well water, you still shouldn't do it, but it's not as bad. But if you have chlorine water, like city water, washing your filter media over the sink is killing your beneficial bacteria. Now, there's beneficial bacteria on your glass, your rocks, your plants, your whatever. It's in your tank, but in your filter is the harbor of beneficial bacteria, and you destroy it by washing it over a sink. Don't do that. The next one, guys, is water changes. I'm sorry, the next one is too many fish in a tank. Do not oversize your tank. Yes, these fish are going to get, say you get neon and Bolivian rams and baby angelfish in a 10-gallon. Yes, they're all small, but these fish are going to get big. You see this baby Oscar and you put him in a 20-gallon. He's going to get big as the 20-gallon. Don't put too many fish in a tank. Do not overcrowd. It'll lead to aggression. It'll lead to problems. Don't overstock your tanks. The next one is one of the best ones and most debatable ones. Water changes. Do your damn water changes. At least 10% every week. Or if you can, do as little as possible, as much often as possible. And people will say, well, I have a saltwater tank and I haven't done a water change in 5 years. Look, I've been down that road. I've been on the side of water changes. I've been on the side of not doing water changes. And when I've experienced both, doing a water change is by far the best thing you can do. Because you know what? Even though, you can set your reef tank up with a deep sand bed and all this fancy stuff, and you'll never have to do a water change, but you know what's going to happen? All those, and you can introduce the elements back into your water. That promotes fish growth and all the vitamins and micro and macronutrients that's needed. But fish send out a hormone, and when they sense this hormone in stagnant water, they don't grow because they know this water is bad. So if you never do a water change, that water is polluted with that hormone and they won't grow. So when you do water changes, you promote your fish to grow. Example A, rainbow fish. Rainbow fish love heavy water changes and they also grow fast. The next one on my list is number 6, proper filtration. Do not get, 15 African cichlid peacocks and go to Walmart and get a 10-gallon hang-on-the-back filter made by Aquatech and put it on like a 90-gallon. No, that's not going to work. You need proper filtration, biologically, chemically, and mechanically. It might cost more, but you can rig stuff up too. King of DIY can help you out a lot on that one. Too small of aquarium. This kind of ties in with number 9. And I've already covered this kind of with a past one too. Too small of aquarium. I'm big on this with tangs. I am a tang police. Not to the extreme, but I am a tang police, and I know nobody cares, but whatever, I'm saying. Do not get a blonde naso tang, which gets over, what does that thing get, 18 inches? Do not get a blonde naso tang in a 55-gallon. If this fish gets 18 inches and you put it in a 48-inch aquarium and the width is only 12 inch, this fish can't even turn around when it's fully grown. Give the fish its proper requirements. And some people will say, well, if it gets that big and it only lives for 2 years, well, that's good. No, when you buy this fish, you want to give it the best option, the best chances of living. So if you can't afford what it takes to handle that fish, don't get it. A lot of people will say, I'll upgrade in the future. Okay, a lot of people say that. Only 10% of the people actually upgrade. Get a big aquarium for the fish that you need. Get the proper size aquarium for the fish you need. Number 8. This could be debated with number 9 and 10. Cycling aquarium. Cycle your damn aquarium. Do not set your fish up. Go get your fish the same day, or a day later, or a week later, or ask me how long is it going to take to cycle my tank. I don't know. It's different for every tank, your well water, your city water, what you got, live rock. There's so many variables to that. The only way you know if your tank is cycled, and I will answer your questions if your tank is cycled, but I'm going to tell you the same thing on how to know if your tank is cycled or how long will it take to cycle. I don't know. You need to go buy a test kit. Buy a master test kit. It might cost a little bit, but if you can test at least pH, ammonia, nitrite, that's great. Cycle your damn aquarium. Alright, if you put this tank up, you put a fish in there, it does good a couple days, then ammonia starts building up and your fish dies. Or, you put a fish in the tank automatically. We all done this in the past when we were younger. You put a fish in there and it goes down to the bottom breathing heavy and it dies. Or it dies within a couple days or a week from now. And you're like, well, Walmart's got bad fish. Or the pet store's got bad fish. It's more than likely not the pet store. It's probably your damn own fault. Cycle the aquarium. Do what's right for the fish. Number 9. This could be debated with number 10. Choosing the right aquarium. And it does tie in with number 10. When you buy an aquarium, more than likely you're starting off fresh. You don't really know what you're getting yourself into. You just want to try things out. You want to get a 5-gallon because you want to try. Nothing wrong with that. But when you're ready to make that big boy commitment, you know you want a larger aquarium, choose the right aquarium. What you have to do is you have to have a plan. You have to think back and say, what is my goals with this? Is my goals to keep goldfish in a bowl, which I really hope it's not? Is my goal to keep a betta in a 5-gallon? Is my goal to keep an Amazonian biotope? Do I want to progress into a reef later? What's my goals? What fish do I want to keep? Then, when you find out, and see, that ties in with multi-tankinitis. If you have time for it, great. But you should really limit yourself to 1 or 2 tanks, or how many you can handle at a time. I have 3, freshwater, saltwater, and a pond. You really need to choose the right aquarium. My 55-gallon. I like tangs. My favorite fish is a yellow tang. My 125. I love angelfish. I have a school of angelfish. You need to choose the right aquarium. You need to have a game plan on what you want to create. You need to say, what image am I creating? What little piece of nature am I clipping off the world and putting in my tank? What is my theme? What are my goals? What are my livestock I want to put in here? You need to figure all this stuff out before you actually buy an aquarium. And number 10, I think everybody will agree with me on this one. Do the research. I'm stealing this from Dustin. Do the freaking research. And if you do the research, guess what? 1 through 9 will not apply to you because you already know this stuff. Now, when I say do the research, online's great, but if you believe everything you read online, then you're crazy. John with KG Tropical has touched up on this one a little bit, and I agree 100% with him. No offense to my younger viewers, but because I was 12 years old and I was keeping aquariums too. But you know, you could ask this serious question about a tank, and then this kid's going to tell you, you know, his own opinion, not facts, but opinion when he's had a betta for a week. So when you do your research, you really need to look out where are you getting your research from. My advice, get research from people who's been in this game for years. Not 2 years, but around 10 years. I've been in this game for, oh my God, a long time. Probably around 15 years, and I'm only 22. So yeah, it's been a long time, buddy. So do the research. You know, read online forums, but collaborate everybody's opinion and make your own opinion. Do your own thoughts. And when you find out something's right, go to a local fish store. More than likely, the owner's been in the game for a long time. Ask him. Ask senior people in aquariums. That's what I gotta say, guys. That's my top 10. Hope you like this. If you like top 10, top 5, or whatever you want to call it, let me know and I'll do more. Comment, rate, subscribe, guys. Hit that button below. Hit the like button. I'll see you guys next time. This is Wayne with Wayne's Fish World. Later.